My name's Paul Scott, and I work with print and ceramics mainly. I have a long relationship with Newcastle and Newcastle University, having had a research fellowship at the Fine Art Department. I think it was 1998 to 2000, I think. I work with what is traditionally known as transferware. So basically I work with print on the ceramic surface. I work on existent ceramic objects, historical transferwares, and I alter them, I erase them, I cut them up, and then I add new prints to them. And sometimes I work on blanks, but what I do is really I update transferware for the 21st century. Transferware was a genre within ceramics. Most people will know of it as like willowware or the willow pattern. And it was developed at the late 18th and early 19th century. You can find blue and white transferware all over the place, especially, anywhere that the British Empire was, you'll find transferware. And it tells a particular version of history. It's very pictorial and it's very romantic, but it actually tells a colonial version of history if you look into it. So I'm interested in updating that story and telling a story about the 21st century. In the early part of my career, I used to make things out of clay, but I became dissatisfied with the sort of handmade aesthetic. When I could go to Stoke-on-Trent and I could buy whiteware, I could buy beautiful bone china platters and plates, and they were perfect. And then why did I need to make them myself? So I stopped making things really and started buying things from factories. So basically, nowadays I buy antique wares from antique shops, antique fairs, and I also buy them from eBay. And the things I buy are usually either broken or damaged or they're cheap. And basically what I did was that I developed a way of working which involved putting prints on top of handmade objects. And also I'd been at Royal Copenhagen. I remember watching their tunnel kilns and an endless stream of tableware coming out of the kiln. These kilns are on 24 hours a day. Even at somewhere like Bernardaud, which is a high-end porcelain manufacturer in France, the kilns are on non-stop. And I could see these plates and objects coming out continuously. And I remember thinking, how many plates does the world really need? How many plates do we need? These ceramic plates, they're not like plastic ones or paper ones. They last for hundreds of years. And so I resolved to stop making things and just to reuse material that already existed. The world's already got enough bits of ceramics. Why make any new ones? One of the things about ceramics is that it's very energy intensive. You've got to fire things. I was an early adopter of clean energy, a good energy, so that I know that my kiln's fired by renewable energy. And it's always been important to me. And also, some of the subject matters on my pieces are about energy and the production of energy, from fracking to the oil refineries and their effects on the planet, but also their effects are replicated on my plates. So, when I use old plates, usually I fire it before I work on it. Sometimes I might fire a plate or a platter and it might be fine when it goes in, and when it comes out, it's got a crack down the middle of it. I've repaired them using a Japanese process called kintsugi, in which gold is used on the repair to add a layer of value to it. But very often, in the West, we live in a throwaway society, and if something's broken, you just throw it away and buy a new one. I've reanimated pieces involving the process of kintsugi. I would like to think that sustainability. In my experience, many artists are already, and have been for many years, involved in spreading the word about sustainability and in raising concerns about the way we behave in relation to our planet. The way society seems to regard the sort of Earth as disposable, when in fact it's the only planet we've got. In my opinion, we should be trying to work with nature rather than against it. That includes, reducing emissions and trying to create a society that's based on sustainable practice.